See here.
Right?
Which actually working right now? It appears to be, as we are now live on Twitch and waiting on the tube views. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Alex getting his chair stuck.
And meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my end. And then, but first, before I do,
Currently flicking back over to the laptop to make sure that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is ripping steadily, because Warner Brothers discs can be a bit finicky at times. Yes, thank you, game. Now let's see, which of these should I load, perhaps?
What's the newest one?
all right, we are live. Welcome back to the Mehcast. And oh, what a motley crew we are. Last time on the plot of Twilight Princess, as it turns out, Zant decided, let's destroy the Mirror of Twilight.
Curtains billow out from tall windows on either
It's
side,
just like Zant. First he makes that shitty remake of Psycho, and then he decides to destroy all the mirrors of Twilight.
Well, he broke it into 4 pieces. We have the one in
Well, you know, it makes sense considering Twilight was broken up into 4 movies, or however many it was. I never watched those movies, so I don't care. I'm trying to make a shitty riff here. Work with me, guys.
I'm sorry, man. Twilight's different.
The best part of those films is Robert Pattinson's commentary tracks, where he just endlessly, mercilessly riffs on them. He's just like, oh man, I don't remember doing this. This is really fucking stupid. I don't know why my Robert Pattinson impression sounds like, Orlando Bloom. But yeah. Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
insane.
Interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hall. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you, Mr. Narrator. Or I'm going to try and change that for the next few lines of dialogue you give me. You remember, after last time, we wound up in Chapter 4 for the first time. Interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from the tall windows on either side, steering the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, flashing and joining and driving everything forward. You know, this is almost kind of a romantic atmosphere if it wasn't for the fact that this was the Psycho Princess.
Let us keep one thing in mind, Alex.
Yeah, it's a mirror that you won't recognize, you stupid fucking dickhead. Yes?
So, the mirror... So, in Ocarina of Time, you know how fast traveling works in that game?
Yeah, you play the song and then you go to a place.
Here's the thing.
It has to be near one of the, temples.
Yep. Here's the thing. This game, at the very least, is more considerate with its fast travel system.
Yeah, as much as I love Ocarina of Time, I prefer, the Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, fast travel.
And yet, people will endlessly mock Skyward Sword because it's the popular thing to do.
I've always thought that was very, very strange.
Well, the thing is that at Zelda as a whole, it's like Zelda as a whole always gets into this whole situation where anytime we get a new Zelda game, it's always mocked relentlessly on social media, especially if it's a 3D Zelda game. And like the one that I'm playing right now.
Oh, you know, like,
a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Like Ocarina of Time. Oh,
There was
now
supposed
you
to be a
like
pristine
Windmaker, but you
blade.
hate-
Where is the pristine blade?
Of course there isn't a
Anyway, Okay,
wasn't
so
one last time either, so why would it be there this time?
You know, it's funny
I
that there's a mirror in
presume
your
I
game and there's a
need
mirror in my game here.
I suppose the only way to
I
know is
presume I need the double claw shot for something I gotta come back for in this area.
Double
There's a
claw
mirror
shot
on the
is a
wall.
really good innovation, too.
And it ends up coming back in Skyward Sword. Though the issue is you can't use it in combat, unfortunately.
If
Mm.
you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to
It's
the
like they
basement.
took one. It's like for this, they took one step forward and
Are
then
you saying
two
it's
steps
the door?
back.
Are you saying that at the end of the hallway there's just an
I mean,
opening
hell,
in
the
the
hook shot let you
door? Did he?
fight
Yes, thank
enemies
you.
with that thing.
You know, guys, the
Albeit
voices inside my head are supposed to counsel me and understand, and you're not doing either of those things right now.
No, I didn't say door. Because they
So
know
there's
the
another
door's
mini
just an
game we got to
opening.
do.
It's just
Who
like
at this
last time,
point
isn't
in
it?
the
Only instead of
in
invisible
said
into
game.
the void, there's an invisible one. For all we know, she could be standing right there behind the mirror. For all we know, she's got a
Oh
jump
right,
out
I gotta
and
wait.
there's nothing
I gotta
we
get
can do
out
to
of this
stop her.
guy's view.
Okay, voice of the paranoid, you're getting really fucking paranoid here, because guess what? He probably would have told us that.
Let me assure you that there's nothing there.
Yeah,
Nothing
thank
is going
you.
to jump out at you, and certainly not the
So we gotta
princess.
talk to
The
this little
princess is in the
fella.
basement.
Alright.
You
So we're
slowly
going to have
make
to
your way
approach the
towards
mirror.
the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness.
Alright, so we gotta get 10,000 points.
That you're being watched.
Am I being watched by the Phantom Muppet Brigade again? Doesn't look like it. Maybe all those stars in the sky are actually eyes? In which case we need to queue up some Tupac, because all eyes are on me.
Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now.
Do 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 do.
You
Do
stop
do
as
do
you
do
reach the
do
end of the
do do
hallway,
do
I
do do
presume in
do
front of
do
whatever
do.
mirror isn't
Ba da
actually
da ba
there.
ba ba ba. Ba da da ba 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 ba. Ba da da ba ba ba
Oh, that's
ba
what the sound was.
ba da ba ba ba.
I was wondering where this buzzing sound was coming from near the Blu-ray drive that I'm using to rip JoJo, and yeah, it turns out it was this bag of guitar picks that I'd rested on top of it earlier.
Why would you do such a thing?
By accident, I
All right.
didn't realize I was putting them down there.
Ba da da ba da da ba da da ba 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 da ba. Ba da da ba da da ba da da ba 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 ba. Ba da da
Oh,
ba da da
the mirror
ba da da ba
disappeared.
ba 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 da ba. Ba da ba da da ba da da ba 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 ba. Ba da da ba 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 ba. Ba da da ba 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 ba.
Listen, crazy princess. Mom always told me not to stick my dick in crazy, but I'm gonna make an exception for you because you're irritating me. And I feel like a nice hard screw might unfuck whatever I did to your brain.
Where is she?
Alex, let me tell you a little something in regards to a story called Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel.
Did Shiro Emiya try to fuck the crazy out of a girl and fail?
No, he fucked the crazy into a girl.
Yeah.
Oh. Which one was it? Was it the
Sakura.
pigtail? Was the pigtail
Purple
one?
one with the big tail.
No, Rin is not
normal
as
one.
mentally unstable as Sakura.
She's honestly the normal pick.
If Sakura,
Yes, she is.
if Sakura's name is Sakura, why is her hair purple?
Long story.
Thank you,
Yeah,
princess.
initially her hair was the same color
Black,
as
like
her
Rin.
sister.
Okay.
But
Rin and Sakura.
then and after her, she was
Adopted by a creepy old man, and he did
by a
what
creepy
any
old
creepy
vampire who
used made of worms.
used phallic shaped insects to
Oh, this is
do
unfortunate.
things
but
to her.
No, princess, right now, I've just about had enough of you. So, you are unfortunately within boot-to-head range.
To the head.
Somehow Sakura is the most popular heroine for some reason.
was so close to freedom.
Oh, Joe.
Then he took my body away from me.
Oh, honey,
All
there
right,
are
we got
about
another piece
1,000
of
ways
art.
you could be cooperative with me, and none of them involve shutting down all of my major organs. So, you know, I'm kind of unconcerned with the morality of this situation.
So now I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
You just
I'd
broke
rather
my
wonder-
leg, you stupid bitch. You can't walk out of here.
You get to watch
Sometimes
me
I
do it.
wonder what your MC is thinking.
Helpless.
Why did
Just
he
like
come
you
back?
left me.
But I'm not helpless. I've got big fucking feet and giant velociraptor claws.
She clearly hates us. And what's your point?
We're
I thought you wanted to get out.
we're doing quitter talk
This is
because
the way
Mama
out, and it's
did
easy.
raise some semblance of a quitter here.
Take it.
Oh yeah, Mama
Mama
did.
did raise a
Mama
bitch.
definitely raised some degree of bitch because voice of the cold. And... What the
The
fuck
hell
was
was
that?
that?
Sounded like a
What are you gonna say
ringtone.
anything?
Yeah, but not like this.
No one gonna say anything
Still
about
got
that?
Sorry,
hurt.
Let me check.
Listen,
Hello. Hey, my mic is.
Yeah, you probably should mute yourself.
listen, Mr. Paranoia. Pain is just weakness leaving the body, so the pain of all of my legs getting crushed is just, you know, it's only going to make me stronger.
The part of you that feels things.
Oh, that sounds like a bad idea. It sounds like a bad idea.
It is. Pain is just another sensation. If you
Oh,
can
Rick.
tolerate
I mean,
joy, you can tolerate pain.
I've spent 8 years in the martial arts, well, 8 years in this specific martial art, where the infliction of pain is kind of mandatory. So, you know, sure, to a degree.
Hurts.
Except for the fact that, you know, when I tore my rib off my sternum,
That's the definition.
that wasn't exactly tolerable.
Ow.
Explain to you why pain is bad.
When I,
Ow.
like, when the nerve in my left shoulder gets pinched,
You need to explain to yourself.
like, you can't... The philosophy is, that philosophy doesn't exactly work. Let's see here. Look, we're even now. You killed me and then I killed you. Water under the bridge, right? Yeah, so let's go ahead and quick save here, and then I'll read off the rest of these options.
You came back?
I never wanted to hurt you. I don't even know how I got here. I'm victim in all of this too, you know? Wouldn't possessing me against my will make you no better than me? You don't have to be evil. You don't have to do this.
Sorry,
God,
my mic got slightly fucky just because I touched the wire.
Yeah. I have a wire... I have a guide clip on my mic stand to keep that from happening, but, that doesn't always work. I need to get a new boom mic. Boom arm, actually, because... This... If you hear me fiddling with the mic, it's because it's flopping over into my lap again. Do you need to take my body? Can I just open the door for you? Actually came here to free you. No, I kind of don't want to let you out. Like... Wait a second. No.
I mean, I'm picking you out.
I'm going to try and talk to her first.
You're gonna try to
Okay.
reason with her?
That's a good one.
No,
Because
I'm just
failed
going to
last
try and
time.
exhaust all of my dialogue options before I tried to feed her to the
The wolves?
no, to the girl of many arms.
Oh yeah, the Eldritch Horror.
Yeah, that thing.
After all you've
That you can actually get a statue of in the collector's edition that's coming out next year.
Huh.
It looks a lot
I
less
guess-
horrifying in the statue version. Evil is all about
I guess-
perspective. Thank you, Emperor Palpatine. Actually, right now, she kind of looks like Emperor Palpatine's... I was going to say long-lost granddaughter, and then I remembered what she actually looks like. So,
Yep.
Oh yeah, right.
So
that's
Emperor
the real
Palpatine
thing.
crossed with Papyrus. If Papyrus was a massive dick. So I guess Papyrus from Underfell? I don't know.
God, there's so many under.
All right, let's use our new spinner.
It's not even funny.
There are way too many fucking Undertale
I
AUs
like
out
my
there.
old.
And I've seen some really good ones, and the really good ones never get fucking continued.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the water under the bridge argument now.
The part where all this started when you left me to languish in a pit all by myself. Something so much
Oh,
worse.
come on.
It's all-
Yes, but you know, I was told to do this.
If I were you, I would just want to get it
Why are
over
you
with.
going-
You've lost your chance.
You know, there's a point in the Twilight Princess manga where Link goes on a bit of a ego trip with the Master Sword, where it ends up having to fight Dark Link.
I mean, I've kind of been a passenger throughout this entire situation.
Ah, the old talk shit and get shit on.
Yep.
You remain pinned to the floor.
Thankfully, he got
Always
better.
The rest of the princess's body emerges.
Yeah,
Her proportions all wrong. Limbs
Fine,
bent,
better.
yeah, I was gonna say, like,
in ways that
okay, well,
He got control of the Master Sword. He
Yeah, that's the
regained
whole
control of the
point.
Master Sword and was able to overcome the dankest of links.
You left me in a basement and then you killed me.
Hold on. Yes, mom.
Oh, we're past the point of compromise.
Yes,
I'm
mom.
taking your body, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Come on.
I mean, I killed you because you were a fucking crazy ghost bitch, you know? That's...
You violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle together. You can't shake free from her now.
It's so easy to make you squirm. But I won't be crueler than I have to be. I don't even want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
Okay. But clearly, I get two choices, and...
The floor of the long hallway as the rest of the
And both of them
body
suck.
emerges. Her
Excuse me.
proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways
okay,
that defy
narrator,
your understanding.
Yeah, he just kept talking after I quick loaded.
Alright. Where are we going now? Let's check.
Oh yeah, I already... He made that one.
But you did hurt me. Twice even. And I'm not letting you do it again.
Okay. And that one transforms into... Fine, just do it so...
See? That wasn't so hard. And maybe this will make it hurt a little less. Maybe.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest
Okay, so all of the options lead to that road. Okay, gotcha. She looks the way people sometimes depict, like, Gaster, actually. Or maybe, maybe like those Omega Sans drawings that people like to do. Never mind that I don't think Sans would actually ever do that.
Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking.
Yeah.
To look at you from a
Curse you, He-Man! I'll get you next time!
Are you sure you can't do anything to
I don't like to feel good!
Manifest a rock right on top of her head. And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides,
Yeah, at the very least this year,
the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of
This
luck,
year-
which unfortunately
here I'm gonna
means
end up
you
meeting the guy who voices 2002 Skeletor.
That's... Dobbs is his last name?
Dobson, yes.
Dobson!
Okay, deep breath. This is fine. This is fine.
What if I just reach out and plant I was going to say a kiss
Oh.
on those lips, but kiss on those teeth, we'll say.
Is there any
Yeah.
Would I completely freak her out?
Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time.
How do I
Probably.
how do I freak out a cosmic horror?
Freak out.
Everything is always fine.
Actually, you know what? I can
Freak
perform a
No real
I can perform a triangle choke from this position even with a broken ankle.
I'm sure we'll be moving on again soon enough.
Because, you know, even though she doesn't have, like, proper skin in places, I could maybe pop her neck off.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
Oh, that was actually a nice little jump scare. Because, like, the fade in and the cut to black suddenly, that was really good.
You're awake. Eyes
Alright,
fixed on the
so
hallway. Your vision
next on our
simulates the
agenda,
princess's
we're
command
actually going to
reverberates
advance a
inside
bit
your
more of the
skull.
story.
Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong.
Well, now we have, let's see, narrator, voice of the hero, voice of the cold, voice of the paranoid, the princess and me. That sounds like a sitcom here. So we have 6 people in this head right now. It's starting to get a little bit crowded. I think we might want to take our schizophrenia meds here, boys. And girl.
Hey Alex, do you remember that one sketch that I told you was
Some sort of
that unfortunately was the sketch that introduced me to Psylocke and Shumagarath?
Oh, the one from,
Sanity Not Included.
Sanity, yeah, SNI.
Somebody ended up when somebody posted a sketch on Twitter where they were talking about how
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and save it here, and then I'm gonna load this and see if I get any different narration when I...
is there anybody that's not gonna see me? Midna, is this what you're trying to tell me?
Ew,
You violently struggle against.
it's so easy to make you squirm.
You remain
Oh,
pinned
now I
to
can
the
turn
wall.
into a
Her torso
human.
stretches until her face is practically touching yours. Her
The
neck
game wouldn't let me.
audibly. Are you sure you can't do anything and crush you along with her? Not like this.
Yeah, that's in the same dialogue there. We talk, consequences, momentary discomfort.
She tears open.
Get up.
You're awake.
Alright, let's go in here.
It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to. I know.
Oh,
It's
hey.
rather rude to show up in somebody else's body and boss it around like this.
Ah, yeah, so it does give us some different dialogue.
Ah, shit. They mentioned the Snow Peak Mountain, which wasn't in,
Yeah, and you know what else it's rude to do? Try to shut down somebody's
We're not gonna let
organs.
you out of here. That's the whole reason we marched all the way back up to the cabin. Were we? I was.
you gotta go to
They're
Zora's
the right
domain.
reasons, honey.
And what reasons are those supposed to be? Nobody should be able to be judge, jury, and executioner.
Sure. I mean, you know, there's a little bit of afraid after all the freaky shit you've done, but you know.
We weren't always like this. We don't have to let her out. I've been storing up.
Oh, I cut past Voice of the Cold saying he was always like this. Drink a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement.
So, guys, remember how this area was blocked off because it was frozen?
Still slumped against the wall, trapped between
Yes.
the princess's overwhelming
Well,
will and the
now we can
blinding
actually
pain
go
of your
in.
splintered ankle.
Cool.
Takes an excruciating step towards the
Master
cabin door.
of puppets is
Movement
pulling
is
your
stiff. Your body reduced to a
strings,
marionette, pulled reluctantly
twisting
along
your
by your
mind and
strings.
smashing your dreams. Blinded by me, can't see a thing.
Just call my name is all you scream.
Okay. This is going to be interesting. So the first path I'm going to go down is throwing myself down the staircase.
You tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss. Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess
Simple.
struggle
I'm
over the
investigating
ruins
what
of the
you're
body.
investigating.
Foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter.
Oh, I already know where to go with
Taking
this.
in everything we have.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain!
You're not. You're thinking too much about how she's hurting us. You're thinking too much about your body. It's just a body.
Let's go to Kakariko Village.
One, two, three. One,
Now, in case you're wondering, does catching
three.
every fish
It
earn
makes
you
more longer.
anything?
One,
And my response is
two,
no.
three. You throw everything you have against
The Exorcist
It is
3.
not.
for one brief moment.
Okay.
It is not.
To
It is not
overpower the
required
princess's hold
for
on your
any
body.
semblance of
But
advancement
that
in the
moment was all
plot.
you needed. Your
Nor
foot
is
slips
it
a few inches,
required for
and you
any
collapse forward,
side
the
questing.
darkness swallowing you whole.
So let's go.
Her thought slips through you, unheeded.
Oh, the hair
as you
is
fall
back.
And fall. And
So let
fall.
us go to the graveyard.
We did it! We actually did it! Yes, we've really shown them all, haven't we?
Oh, never
I
mind.
don't think this qualifies
There's a
as
Poe we gotta
suicide,
whack.
but at least you didn't move it yet. What happens now?
What happens? Yeah, I'm trying to figure. On. Alfred.
The answer is yes. Got a male ant. Now the female ant should be around here somewhere.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now.
This revealed another Poe.
Uh,
Why? What do you know that you're not telling us?
I mean, it's also me, but, you know. Terminal velocity ceases and you feel something a growth torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment. No, I'm gonna be feeding her to the... Yep. Well, we were going down this path at some point anyways. Since underneath his feet once more.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Fuck no.
There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
I've...
Calling us.
Got another
In a good
chest.
way.
I mean, there's gonna be an end of a lot of things, not everything.
Got a purple rupee.
Okay. If you say so. will trust you.
You know what? I'm gonna get my slingshot out.
Come on.
Will trust you? Whatever makes you happy.
Decay, you've withered. Long quiet once again, yep. Well, she's gotten,
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
worse.
A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them
Oh, I suppose her
into something
body
new.
is representative of the last one she
Reshape them
ate.
yet again.
Maybe. I hope so.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less.
Oh,
Does it
God.
make you worse? Do you resent me? It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Hey, Rallis. Can we talk?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if...
Or the brilliant contours. Soul, okay.
Let me show you this.
My waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no...
This is like a metaphor for
describe me into non-existence.
for like a planet or something.
There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have
All
known
right.
me to be, but I am also none of it. This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself.
Oh, that's
She will
good.
make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward. Except when
So-
you are here with me.
Anybody got anything? Anybody got any juicy topics?
Perhaps this will change.
It's a good question. I didn't really I didn't really look anything up. What you call it? Oh, I didn't watch The Crow. But I've heard it's really bad. The remake of The Crow, rather.
The desires of
Oh,
my
looks like I can just exit out
thrive in
through this
endless
door.
competition with
I
themselves.
presume none of the rest of us have seen The Crow either.
I sure as hell didn't bother.
And I like the original. I really
I yearn for what I have
I
always
see
yearned
that
for.
fucking knockoff Joker looking motherfucker in the poster, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. You know? Like, the original Crow was like so influential that it like single-handedly revived the goth subculture or into the mainstream after like nearly a decade of being away. I may in fact be wrong about that. I'm not particularly ensconced with the goth whatever the fuck. You know, there was Sting's persona changed pretty heavily and going into the NWO angle and WCW, things like that. Like, people were fucking dressing like the Crow for, you know, whether they intended to or not, for years.
I care about her gifts, but I have no preferences. You have your responsibilities.
Oh yeah, apparently Twitter has been banned in Brazil officially.
Yep, because clearly, politicians in Brazil hate freedom of speech.
Yeah. And then a bunch of people started saying, it was like, oh, all you had to do was follow the law. It's like, do you understand? And that like, the law in Brazil is kind of fucked up, and people have been criticizing them. People on the left and right have been criticizing them for a while now. Oh yeah, I actually have something kind of funny to bring up. So, Matt Walsh came out against raw milk on Twitter because some weird motherfucker was like bigging it up and trying to say that it's got like anabolic properties and shit like that. Anabolic properties meaning that it promotes muscle growth and things like that, like anabolic steroids. But you know, it also has the God fucking damn it. It also has you know, high risk of, you know, getting shit in it, you know, bacteria and whatnot, because it's not pasteurized, and fundamentally speaking, there's like
I will be here when it is time.
not really any benefits to having
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end
raw
of that
milk
path
over
is a
pasteurized milk.
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And apparently he pissed a bunch of people off about that. But yeah,
Yeah.
which is funny because it's like it's that meme from The Onion, heartbreaking. The worst person you know made a good point.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see. Well, we've been through all of these, so I'm just gonna silently continue to the cabin for right now.
You make your way. We're not going to go through with this. Ignore him.
Yeah, I like how you're talking to me directly, Mr. Narrator.
The interior blade is your...
Yeah. I'm aware.
The door to the base... Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it... Good. You're still listening to
I'm just gonna
reason.
continue down the stairs.
You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly... Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are.
And here's the
Are you
cynic.
here to kill me or something?
Now I'm just gonna go ahead and...
Grip on...
Oh? No talking. I'm probably chained up in... So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed.
I'm just gonna
Lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
take this path
You feel
directly.
flesh easily give way.
And recently, in
See
terms of
your
home
blade already
releases,
sinking deep into her
is
heart.
Berserk the Golden Age Arc Memorial Edition and the remainder of Season 6 of My Hero Academia are now on Blu-ray.
And Pee-wee's Playhouse has been re-released on Blu-ray.
This is
Fucking
it,
finally.
isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed.
I'm sure Lawrence
I should have seen that
Fishburne will
coming.
appreciate
But I
that.
have to wonder,
Yep, I appreciate it. And it's a fucking great show.
do you actually
I'm
believe
more
this
or
is
Matt.
enough
I'm
to
more
kill me?
or basing this off of that one bit from the Nostalgia Critics review of The Matrix, where, or essentially,
Yes.
when
Even as
and
she
Morpheus
lays
was
there
trying to
dying,
show
she
Neo
entirely believes
the
herself
truth of
to
what
be
happened
alive and
into the world,
But it's over, isn't it?
all in the midst of
She
the
stopped breathing
rise of the
moments ago.
machines.
That arrogant look still
means
plastered on her face.
means they show a bit
It
of
is
Pee-wee's
over.
Playhouse instead, and he's like,
Really
"Oh, that was from a
over.
past life." I was like, that's certainly something. And there were a number of actor illusion jokes in that
Yes,
review.
exactly.
One of those being a
It's
dig at
over.
the Constantine movie.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement.
I don't
behind you.
really think Keanu
Interesting.
Reeves
Feel like we've done
was a
something
good
terrible.
John Constantine, to be honest.
Well, it wasn't particularly good casting. Keanu can't do a British accent, and they didn't even bother making him British.
And meanwhile, Matt Ryan, who is the
You
much
did
better
kill someone.
Constantine,
Rated
certainly
something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least
was
a little
quite
better.
the charming fellow.
But it
Yeah.
was for the greater good.
Quite unfortunately,
One of these days that will sink
DC
in,
canceled
help
the movie
ease
that they
your
were
guilty
working on,
conscience.
where it was going to be a double Constantine crossover film. But you know, for as good or as bad as that might have been, we would have gotten more Constantine out of it.
Yep.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only
Oh,
a world saved
We gotta go
from certain
fishing,
doom
people.
Isn't what you
oh,
find.
it's the hair.
Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a
Come
lush forest
on.
stood mere minutes ago,
Come on.
the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator.
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
All right.
This is good.
Okay, so
Let's
this is an
forget the
interesting
smell.
development.
You'll be happy.
Let's forget the smell of the pose and focus on this disgusting smelling
This isn't an
fish.
ending. In fact,
So now we have a
like the
trail to
princess
follow,
has
so
been
we gotta
saying,
spend quite a bit
endings are a
of
thing of the past.
our journey
No.
up the mountain
This
as
is the
Wolf
beginning
Link.
of eternity. Your reward. This
So I
is
hope
what's
you
best for
enjoyed this
everyone.
part.
Trust me.
This is fucking strange.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
I've never been happier. Where's my computer? I could do with eternity if I had a computer and a weight bench.
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Huh.
Are we really happy?
So we gotta
Let's
follow
find
this path
telling us
specifically,
what.
otherwise, well, we're gonna be forced to start over again. And from the beginning of our trek up
Good,
this mountain.
because I have an idea.
And that
to get us
fucker
moving.
made me lose my
You're
concentration.
probably not going to like it.
Eh.
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Suicide is painless. It brings on many changes. And I can take or leave it if I
I
please.
can hear everything
I
you
shouldn't
say, little
I
voice.
shouldn't take it up that
There's
high.
only one thing it would want you to use that blade.
Especially not right
I'm
now
afraid
that I
that
haven't
thing is
fully
you,
recovered my
Angelo.
voice.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that
So
blade
Alex, as it
and
turns out,
use
Mosaic
it.
ended up uploading another remaster of
Don't you
his if Homelander were charged for his crimes.
Well, Homelander has committed
And
a bunch of crimes since the last video.
yep.
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to
I
kill
haven't
yourself
watched the
would
entirety
kill
of
you,
it, but I just
and you
got to his
shouldn't
season
do
4
it.
crimes.
Oh, those are some interesting ones. I want to see what his... God fucking... My chair is stuck again. floor mat in my room is fucking garbage. Get a new one, but come on. I need to get a new one, but I haven't gotten out to Office Depot in forever. Because you almost need to see them in person so you can measure the dimensions.
In a sense, we die, but
All right.
things from another angle, are we even really alive?
This is the penultimate
place is
technique that we must
nothing.
learn.
It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
I mean, I'm not happy here, personally.
By the way, you want to know what was one thing that the Brain Scratch crew ended up saying was wrong with a portion of the game where we go snowboarding?
For saving the world, an eternity
Oh?
of bliss. You
A lack of be
great.
cool, be wild, and be groovy.
Ah.
Fine. Whatever. For the
I plan to
first
rectify that in a moment.
throw open the door to the basement and walk down the
So, oh yeah. So, I mentioned this, earlier, but, Purple Eyes WTF accidentally deleted his channel while he was ill. He had COVID and, went a little bit loopy. But, good news, he re-uploaded all of his videos to the Internet Archive. Holy shit, we've been here longer than I thought.
Still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Well, anyways, I was gonna say something else. What the fuck am I talking about? Fuck it.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Gabriel Navia says, hey, may I join? I don't know how you would. We're streaming via Discord right now, and, like, you know, you're not in the server and whatnot. Plus, I usually try not to let just people join the stream. You're free to chat if you want.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world. My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
I swear I'm going to go into the audio files of this game and run like some post-processing on them and to remove like the background noise and the weird hissing in places and just release that as a mod.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I have no doubt that you'll end up doing that.
Very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Oh, Voice of the Cold is back.
If for whatever reason you're going to insist that this is
there's another fucker.
Those are two very different. Let's say for a moment that
You-
this really is the second time. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably
Blade of Evil's Bane, bitch.
To me. Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew
Alright,
the
things have
princess
warmed
just like
up
you asked us
significantly,
to, you
and
locked us away in an empty
it would
void.
appear that our furry
So we
monster
slew
man
ourselves
is
too. Well, if
nearby,
you
but
killed yourself,
first...
then you weren't listening to me, because I would
Okay,
never
yes,
want
that
you
is
to
step
do
one.
that. Believe it or not, I care about you. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Alright.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or will you instead transport
If I could turn back time, I
Ba-da,
could find a way.
ba-da,
I'd take back all those words that have hurt you, and you'd say, I don't know why I did the things I did. Don't know why I stabbed you in the chest. I might be a weird and fucking creature, but maybe you and I could find a way out from this void.
Just stay focused, will you?
All right, Hero Shade is back
Just be
again.
quick about it.
Put away the sword.
That's a good point.
Take
How
that.
do we know we didn't have things backwards?
How do you like me
slaying the
now?
princess was what ended the world, not the other way round.
The jump strike.
Yes.
This time we're going to learn how to
Get us to end the world.
how to do a more
Now we
powerful
get to
jump
go through
attack.
the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end. But that's assuming she's alive.
This is a lot of new dialogue. I really like this.
You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here. And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise.
I mean, considering what you think of as a happy ending, I kind of want to punch
What
you.
we're afraid of. Really?
All right.
Living happily ever after sounds that bad to
Listen, living happily ever after
There's no use
with,
arguing over your masochism.
you know, with
Cabin
the
awaits.
innocent princess, or fuck, even the cynic, would have been fine with me, right? You wouldn't let me do that, and the girl who talks in hands wouldn't let me do that, so, you know, we're back here again.
All right.
I
Now
don't
we gotta
call
go back. We gotta go back up the mountain.
Yeah.
We gotta go back up the mountain, guys.
Now, personally, I don't call immortality where I am locked in a single room, not allowed to do anything for the rest of eternity. Give me a fucking, like, acoustic guitar with strings that never break. I'll, you know what? That'll be, and like a notebook to write down songs in, and that'll come close. That'll be a good start.
She just can. You'll have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
All right, let's go talk to our big mountain man.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
You know, in the
Don't
4Kids dub of
overcomplicate
One Piece,
things.
he would fit it. And in what's the name of the province? No, I know what my true self
I
is.
told you everything you need. This is boring. He's clearly not interested in talking. So let's just do as he says. And maybe he'll stop bothering us.
Gabriel Navia says, oh, I meant in YouTube, yeah. Yes. Back bad words. Wubsy. Same. Okay.
Look.
All right, gentlemen.
Oh, of course.
I believe it is time to rectify the mistake that Ted had made in his playthrough of this game, aside from all of the other mistakes he's made.
She will
Nope,
lie.
come on.
She won't be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold. A soft odor of dirt.
Not the need to punch him again. And I've wanted to punch the narrator at various points throughout this game.
Banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
I'm not risking the long path for those rupees. Or rather, the
Yes, you
short
are.
path for the rupees.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no... Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous second life proposition. You haven't died. You certainly haven't already slain the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand.
Alright, that's enough cool Sonic music for a while.
Let's not spend much longer worrying
Yep.
over it. You take the blade from the
Might
table.
as well take the blade, I
Difficult
guess.
to slay the princess and save the world without
But I
a
think
weapon.
the only... Probably damning myself with my own words here and actions, but, you know, seems like the only time that adjusts anything is when she,
The door to the basement grows
when you
open,
go down the first
revealing
time.
an old banister
Alright,
creaking
so now we've
wooden
got
stairwell.
another dungeon.
There
Everything is
should be
coated in a
another
thick
branch of
layer
the cynical
dust,
princess.
and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale
Snow
air.
Peak
The
Ruins.
very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below.
So,
Nobody's
yeah, the funny
here.
thing is, I still find it funny how OBS
As
camera
much as I appreciate the
showcases
optimism,
the
shouldn't be so sure.
the correct angle of Twilight Princess this was developed for the GameCube.
Yes.
I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
So Damon,
Oh, I was hoping there was
You
some,
descend the final
dialogue.
step,
Yeah?
the form
Oh.
would you want to
Oh.
join us for our viewing of a certain film about love and or revenge?
Possibly. We'll see what happens.
Keep in mind this yes, to those who have been who have been viewing our stuff. I have suggested
Okay.
it to Alex that we do
The princess
a
is
certain-
definitely dead this time, guys. We'll get her definitely out of my game this time, guys.
It's just like I told you. Before
Sorry.
you have a chance to finish your thought, the top
We
of
were-
your head
or-
appears from underneath.
we were going to be viewing being a princess that may or may not be a bride.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you,
Oh.
followed by a mischievous
Oh, she's a ghost.
grin.
I think I know what you're talking about. I've never really seen that movie, so...
Oh dear, you have got to join us in that case.
It is
Okay, we'll
amazing.
see.
I have the German 4K. Because it came out before the American one. I believe the American disc is just an import.
But
Finally,
the
the rest
there's
of the body
no
floats
4K
up to
of
the
the
head.
American
This is
version.
right. What's
Yeah,
going
there
on
is.
here?
No, there isn't. I looked it up.
Hang on. Let me go to Blu-ray.com. I would have sworn they just released one a little while ago.
And we're not going to be able to take the...
Oh, yeah.
Short.
Criterion released one back in 2023. Princess Bride 4K.
Oh, that's... Well, I have the 25th anniversary Blu-ray.
Yeah, like I said, I've got the German 4K. Actually, let me see if there's a... Get a Capsaholic and get me a thing here.
Hmm...
So then... She's a phantom. Gabriel Navia says snow. Oh, I love snow. No, it's a ghost.
Okay, so in case you were wondering, what did Ted in Brain Scratch do for their playthrough of Twilight Princess? Well, he played It's tricky to rock a rhyme, that's right on time. It's tricky. As a substitute.
Okay.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost
And I'm like,
supposed to do to us?
at first I was kind of confused, but then I was like, no, what? Then I looked, I'm like, oh, no, wait. Hey, SSX Tricky. I have actually played that game and beaten it.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like the German and Criterion discs are fundamentally, practically identical. Looking at the screen comparison.
Okay, so now Damon, and
Yeah.
I got some I got
There's
some
barely even
interesting
a color
little
shift, and there's no grain shift at all.
I got an interesting little trivia for Princess Bride. Alright, so Robin Wright, who plays the titular Princess Bride, Buttercup,
The princess
is her
drifts across
name.
the room into your orbit,
That
gently running her
that
fingers
movie
across
was
your
her
shoulders and down your neck
debut
as she
in
circles
film
you.
acting.
Okay.
She had no prior experience
Her touch is cold and
in
ethereal,
in the
formlessly
film
real
industry
enough that her icy
beforehand.
fingertips send
Hell of a
shivers
debut.
dancing across your skin.
Yep. And she would eventually go on to play another character in Wonder
She's
Woman.
right there.
Oh.
That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Let's open this door.
Hmm.
It's a trap. She's got a penis.
Without a moment's
Alex,
hesitation,
you know
you
why
lash
I'm
out
quoting
with your blade.
that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times
So,
you stab
Damon,
at her, no matter how many angles you strike
and
from
I
her,
know you probably
all
haven't
you manage to
and
do is
watched
interrupt her
much
form,
our old
the
unofficial
skin of your hand
commentaries,
prickling and
but
cold as it passes through,
so
unable to find anything solid.
you've seen Berserk, right?
I've only seen the first 2 episodes in Japanese and the first episode dubbed.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Man.
Well then, you're invited to our commentary on the Golden Age Arc Memorial Edition, as well as the original 90 whatever it was anime.
97 anime.
97, yes.
We're doing the 97 anime first, so we can get some additional context that was in the Golden Age Arc films or the Memorial Edition. And because there are a number of things that were missing from the Golden Age Arc films that are in the anime and vice versa.
All right.
Because the Golden Age arc film,
No, she
is the
didn't.
Golden Age arc
Is
the Golden Age arc anime ended up skipping out on
shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever
ended up skipping
versions
out
of me you've
on
met,
characters
none of that
like
matters now.
Puck and the
There's no
Skull
change
Knight,
what's already happened.
who are two
Another
very
job to
important
finish.
characters in the manga.
Finish how?
The
You
former
already
being
told us.
Guts's
And now she's a
his only
ghost.
traveling companion until the Millennium
Haven't tried
Falcon
staring
arc,
at it
and
this
with
time, though, have you?
which Guts garners more buddies.
And then what? And then you'll have saved the world.
We gotta go back and get her to remember where the goddamn key is. Ugh, I'm gonna have to be like, hey, Yeti lady,
I think he's
I've got
asking
bad
about what happens
news.
after
You fucked
we
up.
save the world. If that's even still an option. What do you mean, after?
Not what I wanted to do.
You already know what we mean,
Whatever.
don't you? So why don't you go
That's
ahead
not what I
and
wanted to
tell
do
me?
either.
Are you going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again?
So anyway, Damon,
Because I
and
didn't
so
much care for that.
Gabriel
the,
Nadia says, she is a ghost and I gotta go. Well, thanks for dropping by, man. No, you didn't bother me at all. I'm happy to have somebody chatting.
I'm not going to lock you anywhere. What an interesting choice of emphasis.
okay, so this guy's He's cooking up something fierce in there. And once his potion is done, that then it'll be a major health item for us.
Okay.
Try to remember, where did you leave it? You're
Oh,
you're
speaking
kidding
of the
me.
Princess Bride, you're dead. Or at least mostly dead. What can
There's a
you even do
difference
to hurt
between mostly dead and all dead. Here, open her mouth.
me?
And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
That's rich coming from her. Every time she touches us, it's like we freeze over. She is right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. What we do from this point forward is all that matters. Let's...
Try not to let emotion get the better of us.
Don't underestimate your own capabilities. If you truly managed to slay her last time, that doesn't mean she wasn't a threat. It means you did something heroic.
Ah.
Threats come in all shapes and sizes. A misspoken word could bring about the end of everything just as much as a blade or even the mere existence of an idea.
I'm gonna
You
turn
were
this
chosen
right
for this
over to
job for a
you.
reason.
That's right, killer. I'm not a threat to anyone. And even if I was, I'm hardly a threat anymore, wouldn't you say?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I just wanted to leave. I still just want to leave.
Got a small key.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt. Maybe I'll haunt you.
You know, if we could, if you could haunt me for the rest of eternity, that'd be alright. You know, I could possibly
It's a tough question. Asking someone what she's going to do with
get
her
over the narrator locking me in the fucking attic for the rest of my life, or whatever the fuck.
The princess leans in
For the rest of
close and
eternity.
pauses. The frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Really do like how Twilight Princess is dungeon. Twilight Princess's dungeons feel like there's still a place for a lot of
Thank you,
your old
Face.
items.
I don't think most living people could answer that either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
Well, Jean Valjean knows who he.
The only thing I've ever wanted was to leave this place.
Boom
It's the
shakalaka.
only thing I want.
It does. We're not asking.
I'm not asking you. Yeah,
We've heard
thank you,
your
hero.
speech already.
I really don't know. I'm not lying to you. I promise. The world.
Yeah, don't worry. This is the only time this is one of the few times we're actually gonna have to use the cannon.
There? Not here?
Because afterwards, we've got an interesting
It's its home.
little boss fight to deal with which will give us our item
But what
for
does it
this
mean
dungeon.
directly, Dad? I ended
And speaking of,
so didn't. I'm not so sure endings are real.
Huh.
this charming fellow is carrying a wrecking ball. Or, I'm sorry, a ball and chain.
Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you
We gotta
have
get him
unfinished
to
business with
try to
me.
hit us with that.
All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older, and deeper.
That's not good. Maybe show me those holes in your chest. Are they perhaps equally spaced alongside globes of fat and flesh? That was a really bad joke. I'm sorry about that.
Home.
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel
Will you actually be able to hit me this time?
Far away.
Come on.
Wherever
Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me.
It's out there.
How specific. How convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
Come on.
I mean, the couple of times I've gotten out with her, it hasn't been. It's just kind of been exactly what you gave me.
Too little, too late. But you can still make things right.
Ah, God.
She's not in a position to bargain with us. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Ah!
We don't
Fuck
have
her.
to do anything, but maybe we should. We did kill her. Wouldn't it be the moral thing to help her now that we have another chance? When a hero slays a monster, does he apologize to it?
I mean, that depends.
No. So don't try to make things right. She was going to end the world.
Ugh.
You didn't do anything wrong, aside from apparently killing yourself, and that doesn't have much to do with her.
Damn it! Come on.
No. Those bones are just a body. They aren't made.
Boom shakalaka!
Bury them. Smash them. It won't do a thing.
I know I made this guy look way harder than he actually was.
This place won't let me leave. At least, not alone. I've tried. Before you came back to me,
You know,
I explored
that
every
wrecking
inch of
ball
this
is
place,
very useful.
even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything?
Let's
We could
open this
probably walk out
door
right now and everything will be fine. Hasn't
and
got
make
out
immediate
and
use of it.
Can't get out are two very different things. It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
That's, yeah, I was going to say that's kind of,
We found more.
nature
We
of
found goat
this.
cheese.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you?
I can't actually, but, you know.
Let me hitch a ride.
Well, Minna, I don't know what to tell you.
Thank you
It's
for the
kinda-
scary skeleton face.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
What is
She
Karuk
is.
Orcus?
But I hope I don't need to explain
doing?
why you can't let that happen.
Ryder, get out of
It
there.
would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him.
Come on, I dare you.
She
Come
would have
closer.
to say
Come
to
closer.
the one who wants
Come
her
closer to me.
So badly.
I'm prepared to sing Dead or Alive completely
How do things
unrehearsed.
play out if you go down this path.
Come on.
The Bon Jovi song, or You Spin Me Right Round?
You spin me right round. What did you think I was going?
Where
did you think I was going with that?
Dead or alive?
Sure, why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring.
Come
All
on.
the same.
Come on.
Only the names have changed.
Doesn't seem like it would be
Every
very easy
day,
to end the world from inside
we're just
someone else's
wasting
body.
away. Fucking that up a little bit.
That is a very
Another
strange
place. Faces are so cold. Drive all night
Then I won't hit your eye.
just to get back home.
I'm sure you'd like to know. It's a shame I won't tell you.
Come on, I'm a big nasty wolf.
It'll be easier for both
Let's
of
go.
us if you
Come
just
on.
let me in.
Come on.
Doesn't it sound nice?
I'm gonna let her in.
Maybe for her, but it's crowded enough in here
There
as
we
is.
go.
Yeah, we're not even on the 4th round yet.
Which, by the way, in case you were wondering what
Feel guilty.
I was also making reference to, guess what Wade threatened
If I'm able to,
and Cassandra
I'll
Nova with the
know that's not
prospect
how
of
it works.
if
Maybe I'll wind up
if you
stuck
anger
here for a
Wolverine,
long, long,
that he's prepared to sing Music Man unrehearsed.
Do you hear the way she said that? She knows more than she's letting on. Don't let her fool you into doing something.
You guys
you
don't get
regret.
that, do you?
I mean, I almost would have thought that you know, given who it
Probably
is,
not.
that he would have sung something more along the lines of, you know, Gaston.
Got some more bombs,
Take
which will
your
be
time.
necessary later
I know
on.
it's a lot to think about, but I'm very good at waiting.
He could even do Broadway musicals.
I don't feel very
I don't
good.
even know how
Focusing
Hugh
now.
Jack. I don't even know
But
how Hugh Jackman would
some
even
must
go
have
about
mostly killed me.
doing the whole of Music Man and unrehearsed.
Oh. He has rehearsed Music Man.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, I'm making the Deadpool joke.
Yeah.
Or maybe death is only mostly real, but it's also mostly not real. I'm not sure. I'm just the one
My
these things
god, the
have
Ghost
happened to.
Princess has some
I
Jaden
don't know the
Smith-ass
answers.
musings
What
about
are
life
the
and death.
answers?
But we're not a ghost. Unless we are? Maybe that's why the mirror disappeared. We're actually dead. Death, at least as a form of permanence, is just a concept. And clearly it's not a very useful one anymore. Maybe we should throw it out entirely.
And here's the
See,
thing,
this is
Alex. The
why I
reason
didn't
why,
want you to talk to
obviously, the reason
Death is
why
not just
it
a
had to be
concept,
Music Man
it
was
is an
because that was something
extremely
Hugh Jackman
real
was actually
phenomenon.
in.
Don't let her
Oh.
distort your reality. Cold, hard facts exist. The truth exists.
Yes, obviously.
The princess glances back at the bones lying on the floor.
It's just a body.
You know, they say that this beat is my recital. Well, and I feel that it's very vital to rock a rhyme that's right on time.
She's seeing things pragmatically. We should do the same. Reality is what's in front of us, not our preconceptions of what it should be. There doesn't need to be a static truth. There doesn't need to be objectivity.
I mean, you know, their objectivity can exist and this weird shit can also exist.
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are.
I mean, I'm kind of interested in learning what I am, too. I kind of look like a, weird cross between some kind of chicken and some kind of chimera, obviously. That's probably what this thing is.
But we've already been over
And we
that.
call Mr. Hero.
So why don't you stop stalling and let me in? It's so cold out here. You poor thing. That
Oh.
must have been so
Yeah.
frightening for you.
No, I'm not trying to get sympathy. I'm trying to communicate, like, hey, this is
Now,
like,
after everything we've been through,
this
it's
is
nice
weird.
to see someone finally sympathizing with us.
no, I think she's mocking us, Mr. Hero.
She doesn't mean it.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Cold.
Serves you right.
Yeah, you know what,
Yeah.
I do kind of deserve that.
I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your fist. But now you know how bad it hurts to get stabbed in the chest. It sounds like you got exactly what you're owed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep, that's me.
Well,
You're probably wondering how I got into this situation.
was I supposed to just welcome you with open arms when you obviously had stabbing on the mind?
Well, it all started
That knife
back
could
in the
have been
summer
for
of
anything.
It could have.
It all started back in the summer of
When you
1982.
threatening a would-be knife-wielding murderer, especially when that would-be knife-wielding murderer became an actual knife-wielding murderer. I wish that's how it worked, but this place won't let me go.
A boring question with an easy answer. Nothing.
Right?
She's a ghost. Ghosts can't hurt us.
That's for me to know, and for you to wonder about. Maybe I can't do anything to you.
See?
Or maybe I can rip your heart out.
Yes, thank you for the scary voice, babe.
Who's to say, really?
I don't like the uncertainty here. I don't know what to do or who to trust.
I'm sorry I haven't been speaking much. I'm trying to concentrate.
Many apologies for that bout of coughing.
So recently, in terms of a Bleach break, in terms of the Bleach Rebirth of Souls games, Gin Ichimaru, who from Squad 3 of Bleach, is now confirmed to be a playable character in the game,
Ah, sweet.
and he does have his absurd Bankai Kamishini no Yari, which, contrary to what the Viz translation would lead you to believe, Eve moves far faster, moves 500 times faster than the speed of his clap, not the speed of sound. You illiterate dipshits who keep using in the same mistranslation over and over again.
She's a ghost.
Hey kids,
Which is
do you
kind-
like violence?
Who says ghosts are immune to violence?
I'd rather use the
Common
power of
sense.
friendship.
There's nothing common or sensible about
Or perhaps the
common
power of
sense.
D's nuts.
Action and observation are the only things that matter. Fine. then let me observe that the acts of killing her and killing ourselves haven't got us much of anywhere. We're still back in this cabin. We're
Oh,
still
I
dealing
hear
with
a
her,
familiar
only now she has a good reason
sound.
to hate us. I suppose you have a point. Do you have any idea?
I know who's here.
I don't know. Maybe we do what she wants. Maybe we let her possess us and walk out of here. We could. It would be something different. I like.
We've only got 2 more We only got 2 more dungeons with this lady in our party.
She's going to end the world. So bad. Yes, it is by its very definition bad.
Sorry about that.
But those are the only options, aren't they? Violence or doing what she wants. Or just leaving her down here. Though ignoring a problem is rarely a solution, is it?
Well, looks like we gotta go to the 2nd floor now.
Are we putting this to a
First,
vote? Because personally,
let's
I'm
go
afraid
back into
we
this
didn't
room.
die. If that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes down to. But I don't see the point of offing ourselves just yet.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer. But killing yourself wouldn't help either of us.
It would seem that everyone here is in agreement except for you. I shouldn't have to tell you that you shouldn't kill yourself. So please, try to keep your suicidal tendencies in check.
Ooh, nice.
Like I
Got
said,
an orange rupee.
I just want to go home.
I've nearly donated. I hope I'm close to getting the minimum amount of rupees necessary to help that guy in
This
Castletown,
is
so
already
that way
learned by travel.
I can finally get a heart
Seen by one of my many
piece and
eyes.
move on.
You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Ah.
And if I knew you were going to murder me without even knowing who I was, I wouldn't have given you the chance. We all make mistakes.
Yep, thank you.
Come on.
The princess
Oh,
swings
come
forward
on!
in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply
Be able to
into
hit.
yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times
I'm
do I have
gonna
to
let
tell you?
her in. Gonna let her in. Ooh.
See you soon.
Bonus points to anybody who recognizes that song.
I'm not one of those people.
She's gone.
It's one of
Chill
John
spreads
Travolta's
across your body. It starts in your
songs
chest,
from back in the
freezing
70s.
numbness flowing out from
He
your
actually
heart, all
sang.
the way down your limbs.
He was
Your
in
mind
Grease,
growing
dude.
cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
You act like
So I
I've seen
this.
that movie.
Can we get a do-over?
Have you ever heard, You're the one that I want? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Nope.
Not even on the radio?
Nope.
Huh.
Come on.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently.
So, Alex, I forget, who is your favorite cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine?
Well, between Blade and actually finally getting to see Channing Tatum as Gambit, I'm not sure.
I think... No. Oh, well, what I mean by that is more or less... It's the, Okay, so
I mean,
well,
it was
maybe I
nice
should
to
have
see.
phrased that better. Or not,
You collapse
that...
and everything goes dark.
What I'm referring to
Come on,
is...
you. You've got to get up.
Which Wolverine
Everything feels
Invariant was your
Oh!
favorite, I should say.
Well, Tiny Wolverine was fucking hilarious.
Much to Marcus's chagrin.
Jamie Christ Superstar was, interesting.
Are you okay? It's not you. We're just going in different
Your eyes flick back
directions.
open as you get your bearings,
And then,
your
of course,
vision
there
swimming
was,
So this is what it's like to be you, huh?
first appearance of Wolverine. Well, not first appearance of Wolverine. The Wolverine and Hulk Wolverine. That was really good.
Yeah, the John Byrne one. Now, you fought the Hulk in this outfit, didn't you?
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
I Marvel Jesus, you dull creature, and I will not be...
Or she wouldn't have commented on it.
Boom, 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 boom.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a
Try me,
shard of
bitch.
broken
Try me,
glass,
bitch.
I'm-
Come on.
It's
Let's
okay.
do this. Come on.
Finish your thought.
I'm a
Okay,
voice.
then.
I'm me is what I am.
I am voices in my head which
Who
counsel
cares
me
what
and
we are?
pretend to
We
understand.
exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out
This is
there
an
soon.
interesting puzzle. This
No,
one
for
right
me, it's
here.
What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
Got another small
I'm
key.
clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
Oh my god, the princess is talking to me,
No,
isn't
I'm
she?
not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I took allergy medicine and decongestants and a bunch of shit, and I'm still stuffed up.
You're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape.
As the chick from Freddy vs. Jason said, "Welcome to my world."
Than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here.
Oh,
with all
God.
of you. Everybody knows that.
Let's try this again.
It's setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things
Fucker.
right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Knock the
Damn it.
windsock off the microphone. Huh. Okay, well. Excuse me.
Isn't that an interesting idea?
Suicide is painless.
I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her.
It
would
brings
surely-
on many
Sure you're
changes.
willing to do that.
And I can take or leave it if I please.
All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
What do you think you're doing?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart.
No!
The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once
Come
been
on,
to the
game.
basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
It's interesting that woman who talks in hands is, well, that she was telling me not to go down one of these paths because, like, kinda haven't been down this path before. It's
Your skin
Kinda
roils
fucking
and
with me.
bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing
Oh,
with
thank God.
ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
No!
What you wanted? Do you hate me so much that you would kill yourself just to deny me freedom?
Yes, he would. because he knows what's at stake, and he knows what will happen if you leave this place.
Oh, Damon.
Yeah?
So, well,
Okay, we're almost out of here.
so
Take it
one
one
thing I
step
still
at a
vividly
time.
remember
Everything will
her
be
is
fine.
like we got to a point in our stream of Battletoads, which I'm wondering if we should name that Mehcast to Battle Porn.
It got to a point
Ha!
where I was. It literally got to a point where I was screaming at the game for being so poorly designed towards the end.
Battle Porn.
Everything won't be fine if you listen to her. One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
Wouldn't that be nice? There's only one way to find out.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Oh, that's unfortunate, because there's a lot of things outside of the world here. In fact, actually, doesn't really seem like this world exists in the traditional sense, the way I've explored it, you know? Because things kind of loop around.
And something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And wine.
Damn it.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen. You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Damn it.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And Ben's like,
Get out of here?
saying like, oh, is he a super minor character or something? I'm like,
Who? Oh, sorry.
No,
Who are you saying again?
I'm referring to the character that was revealed in Bleach Rebirth of Souls, called
Oh,
Gin Ichimaru.
okay.
And you've read the manga, Alex. You know who this guy is.
It has been a very long time since I've read the
He's
manga, I have
got
to remind
squinty
you.
eye. He's got squinty eyes,
You
and
lift your
and he
shaking
he
hand
has a
and rest it on
creepy,
the door
he has
handle.
fuck smile aside from,
Pause before you open
and
it.
not
Oh.
Mayuri's
Exhaustion
smile.
what's left of your will.
Because Mayuri's smile is a whole different beast.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next. Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
I look up and see, is it going to be the hair? It's the hair! The hair is back.
Nothing. He's gone. And
A
so is
wabbit?
everything else.
So
Huh.
he did slay.
Well, in that case, we should kill it.
He had it coming, I suppose.
Because after all, Elmer Fudd
But what
and
about
Opera
us?
suggests
We're
that
just
we
stuck
killed the
here,
wabbit.
Nowhere forever. Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
No. We're just out there in the world that what's-his-face put the cabin in.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Hey, now I think you're catching on, hero.
I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out. You actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, killer.
Don't mention it.
And now she's going to be
This
eaten
was
by the woman who speaks in hand. Yep. Yeah, how could I have possibly seen that coming? That's unfortunate.
Where does she go?
Yeah, thank you.
But it feels so bad. Look, you don't need to comfort him. Okay, whatever makes you.
Let's see, how have I transformed now? The remains you've unraveled. Ah, yeah. Well, I can see, yeah, the girl at the center is the last one she absorbed.
Quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Ah, that's how. That's what we gotta do.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Hey, anybody who says that you can get 0 by multiplying something by 0 or dividing something by 0, you're fucking wrong.
Yep. Well, except for Sephiroth, because he found a way.
Oh, God.
This one is vaporous. She is a
My
dream
name is
for a life
Cloud.
she could never have.
I have a sword.
But that
I
longing
fight
has given her so
captors
much capacity
because
for
I'm bored.
tangents.
I like to
She will
ride
wake for an
on
understanding heart.
chocobos. It's better
Do
than
not mourn her.
having
She will
afros.
finally be able to hold what she never knew.
The afro is a reference to Final Fantasy 13.
Hmm.
I like Saz.
No. The point of
That joke was
awakening
actually
is to
kind of
find
funny.
out.
Like, some people say that Saz was probably one of the best characters in FF13. I don't blame them. I don't blame those people.
No, their thoughts are quiet.
He's just
Do you
he's
think
just
your
a cool
narrator
dad
will
who's
feel
trying
spaces beyond?
to save his kid.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. And then there's Snow, who rides a bike made of women. How do you get more Chad than that?
I am on the cusp
Like,
of my
I'm
awakening.
genuinely asking,
Perhaps you are
Alex,
on
how
the
do you
cusp
get
of
more
yours.
Chad than that?
Good question.
I don't think you can.
One.
Just
Whatever
making
you bring
sure
me next will be enough.
that all is
And
going
then gravity
smoothly.
will pull the others back to me. I will be
Okay,
singular,
one more.
a final multitude.
Now we don't even need the cannonball anymore.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully
Oh, yeah,
told.
apparently, Josh Brolin is up to play Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern TV show.
Why?
You know, they said Henry Cavill was too
Why?
old to play Superman, and they're casting Josh Brolin as Green Lantern, who's 30 years older than
Why?
he is.
What the hell? Hey, Mr. Pew Pew, why don't you actually
We've
get some
already tried
consistency
waiting,
with your
but
fucking
I
narrative?
understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Wait. There is no waiting forever.
I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever?
There is actually
Will you
an
place
easier
the
way to
images
get through
of
this
you
room without
and
fighting
I
any of the
into a
enemies.
box for safekeeping?
Is that you're supposed to.
If you close that box,
Let's
will you become another
slowly
you in another
walk
world?
up here.
An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the
That's
weight
who
of
we'd
its
normally
own
be
anguish.
fighting.
You'll always come back to the box. Because
Living in a
you'll always
box.
want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until
You know, I hear
ready to
Snake
return to mine.
loves the cardboard box.
Yeah. Oh, she crashed the game again.
Do I
Thank
have to
you.
go over this again?
Thank
The
you,
cardboard
Princess
box
Flowey.
is a necessary. The cardboard box is a necessary tool for stealth espionage.
Hmm.
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
That's a very important stealth tool. By the way, Alex, oh, never mind. Your thing came back.
Yep.
All right, let's open up this chest and hopefully. Finally, I got the bedroom key.
The next time I see you,
And you say that
I will
now,
be here.
but what? Alex, tell me what series of game are we playing?
You're on a path
Zelda?
in the woods. And at the
And
end
you
of
know
that
what's at the
path
end of
is a
every
cabin.
dungeon of a Zelda game?
A
And in the basement
boss.
of that cabin is a
What did
princess.
you get us? Not waiting for your sweet ass to get up here.
You're here to slay. We're not going to go through. Ignore him.
Wow, you can teleport.
The interior of the blade.
I'm actually amazed.
Hello?
This don't. How many times do I?
Wait, really? Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk.
Now we gotta
down the
wait for her to
stairs.
get
I
in the bedroom.
don't.
Alex, let's keep in
Oh,
mind
you're
the snow
making this-
monster
You're
who
making-
is her
You're doing
is
the
her
blade after the
husband.
They're large and heavy.
Hmm.
I'm guessing you don't have the...
He is a gigantic motherfucker, and she is quite petite compared to him.
Okay, I'll be here.
She is taller than us, but she is
You make it easier.
I heard the
is
door
petite.
There's a slight pain.
If I could just get...
She barely hesitates.
Oh
before
dear,
raising
this
her
is
arm to
creepy.
her mouth.
This is starting to seem creepy.
Fine. Against you cut into the blade is sharp. No, we won't have any of that.
Oh dear,
So
her
now,
her expression is
with it
darkening.
aimed, you bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor.
Oh my!
Narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be
Backside
easy.
implies that I cut at her ass, Mr. Narrator.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
Now for one of my favorite bosses in this
She
game,
pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used. But you have a
Lizetta.
weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her
Hold on a
ribs,
sec
aiming
while
directly for the heart.
I let this music
It's
play,
a
I'm going
sniper.
to do something
You
about
feel
my
her
sensor
claws in
bar.
your
Be right
throat,
back.
Then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to
I
pull
think this
apart
is
your
new.
flesh and sinew with ease.
I mean, that's what canines are for, although those are vampire
Collapse to the floor,
teeth.
your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone different, everything goes dark.
Ah, the wit.
You're on a path in the woods. You're
That's
here
a new
to
one.
slay her.
Well, first phase is easy enough. And this is probably in one of the few boss fights where we don't use our sword at all against her.
Keep it that way.
I have now.
Brilliant. We need to keep
Ooh,
Now
a
we get to my
streamer.
And I'm not sure we
And
can
now we get
trust
to my
them.
favorite phase of the boss in terms of
You know I
music.
can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Oh dear. There's a rhyme and a reason why I'm taking out a few of those before I actually try to go at her. Damn it, I missed.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
One more time, and that'll be all she wrote.
That was all she wrote.
Oh.
You're
Yeah.
I'm talking. Don't look. While I never am because it's an. Does it? Oh, if I like. Are you? Of course. I mean. Yes. It's. Then I guess with it. So.
Shakalaka.
We're not going to go through. Ignore him. The interior blade. You take her voice.
Who's there?
She said, "Don't let it."
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was
You walk down. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just don't you dare? It's fine. We can decide what we. The blade tumbles.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Hey.
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't.
Oh, Mr. Yeti Man is back. Ow! Little bitch.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
My word.
She hesitates before answering.
I'd say get a room, but we're already inside of the room.
Don't just tell her that.
What a strange way to produce a heart container.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best in.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Don't worry, there's nothing else for us here.
You walk up to the chain.
We're leaving, Midna.
That would
We
be
only have to
fine,
think
as
about
soon as
them one more time.
Against. No, we won't have any of that. As the prince. Wait, watch me. Stop that. The blade. Move.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I'll make this quick.
She steps forward.
Maybe I'll see you in another.
And then she slits your throat. Her face remains. This is the end. I'm afraid it is. Everything. You're here.
So, how did you guys feel about that ball? About those blocked puzzles? Tedious, am I right?
Blade from the table.
Tedious, am
Probably.
I right? Well, we got one more to do.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path.
Oh, I've
Dancing,
picked up Voice of the
you walk down
Skeptic and
stairs
forgot to
lock eyes with the princess. She looks up.
forgot to even
the heavy
look
collar
at him.
around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hand. Why would you be worried about her restraints? Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? odd that
Yeah, there was
place
once a
where everything
parody
seems to
of
serve a distinct
Zelda
purpose.
Minish Cap where everybody was breaking the fourth wall except for Link because he had no idea what that even was.
You step towards the princess.
And
She
Vadi
stops you before you
referred
get
to
too
There's fine. I'd
the
prefer to keep
cap
some distance.
guy, I forget his name, him as a burrowing
As she asks, you
snagret.
sit on the floor, still a good distance.
Thank you.
You don't know what a burrowing snagret is, do you?
Not really.
It's a
Let me borrow
monster
that
from
knife.
Pikmin.
Don't worry, you'll get it back.
It's basically a
ominous,
large
but she seems
bird
confident.
neck.
Whatever it is. Oh, please. She's just putting on an act to decide.
Yes, your intentions. There isn't a keyhole in these shackles. So
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
oh, are we talking about that?
As much as I would. It's complicated things. How exactly? I needed you to be in the dark for. And that's I get it. Moving. The more
Yeah, so
you're
we've been through
fine,
this
yeah. Just
line of
Focus.
conversation before.
This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
How did it end last time?
I accidentally got locked in there for eternity.
I see.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand
So,
anybody over to the
for our
world
next heart
ending
container
princess.
piece, we gotta go in
Come up with
here
any other idea, like
and
say,
clear
I don't know, doing
another
your job and
puzzle.
slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, Rory tried to take over, but...
Angry grumbling. I like it. Oh, what's
Shall we
this?
go clubbing?
I got a trading card. What is this? The Witch, I believe it's.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen
Alex, I
on
asked,
your
shall we go
mistake.
clubbing?
We could even force
Sure.
your hand and do it ourselves. A little. I think you got your point across. Fine.
You want to know how a college humor sketch
You
ended
slide the blade
in
across
terms
the floor.
of a He-Man portion of it?
Huh?
So essentially, the sketch ended with He-Man, the first He-Man asking, at first,
As she reaches down
basically
to
it was
the
a sketch of each of the heroes wondering if the way they
She
dress
pulls
makes
up her
them look
hair,
quote-unquote
Oh, no.
gay.
as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she
And at one
doing?
point, Xavier,
She doesn't
and
say
at one point,
word
Wolverine,
as she cuts into
in his
her
ass,
own neck.
Wolverine asks Charles, "Hey, pup, do I look?"
You
And
close your
Logan
eyes,
and,
that doesn't stop you
Charles
from hearing every
was like,
reason
"I know what you're going to say, Logan, and yes, you do look gay." Now you're thinking about stabbing me.
Hmm. Oh yeah, apparently Knives Out 3 Wake Up Dead Men has a $210 million budget, and I hope Netflix loses every penny of it.
I can see you're quite frustrated with
I don't
Rian
like
Johnson.
Rian Johnson.
So that's her play.
You know,
He's
CinemaSins
He's
once.
been shitting up two of my favorite genres for too long.
Killing herself? We don't know that she's
You know, CinemaSins ended up making a joke regarding Knives Chow.
Then, finally,
Oh,
you hear a snap and an uneasy silence.
in his Scott Pilgrim versus the World video. Oh, and the minute Scott breaks up with her, he says,
There
"Knives
is a
out."
slow and fleshy
Hmm.
tear. Hard to fake that.
To which I'm like, you're
This is
you're
worse than
unusually
bloodshed.
proud of that joke, aren't you, Jeremy?
Yet our eyes are still closed.
Like, he is.
Finally, there's the soft
He is
thud
just.
of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop.
It's just to the point where I'm like,
I think you can open your eyes now.
the joke wasn't funny to begin with, Jeremy. That
Oh no, oh no, what did
your
we do?
taste in
Can we put
comedy
it back,
heavily
please? Tell me we can put
heavily
it back.
hinges on
Hero, are you
people
just an
actually
optimist?
The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations, you saved the world.
Okay, that's
I
one game
had very
down.
little hand in this, Mr. Narrator.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
No, I'm going to stay
The
here.
princess is slain and the world is saved.
Forever.
When you're ready, you can proceed to your
And
reward.
ever. And ever.
We should take her with us, don't you think? What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
Hey, Suzaku, what are we doing here?
Vaguely establishing our relationship.
I mean, what are we doing here specifically?
Rock climbing.
I hate rock climbing.
You don't need
Hey,
proof,
Lelouch,
don't
you
need
think
a
we'll be
trophy. She
friends
doesn't deserve a
forever?
burial. Just leave.
Forever? Forever?
Even after all that, you're still
Forever?
not satisfied. are you?
Forever?
Something is still motivating.
I swear that
keep things
the way that he lingers on that thought was just, it was too
I'm
perfect.
just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward.
Know what I mean?
Stop reading into
Mhm.
things. The danger has passed.
It very much establishes how much of a dumbass Suzaku is.
I'm just keeping my.
Sorry, I forgot to turn off night vision.
I am. I'm on
How much of a retard do you have to be to forget to turn off night vision in a cave rather than a tunnel?
Fine, but if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it. With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here. The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the
Yeah,
outside
the hair
world
is
from up here.
outside.
Now it's just the door. Check the door. You
And,
open the
oh,
cabin
look
door,
at that.
ready to
It's
return to a
nothing.
world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead,
thank
what you
you.
find is nothing. You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
Mm-hmm.
If everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay.
Well, at least now I have more people to talk to than just you.
This is
Now, I
what's best
feel
for
like
you.
I'm borderline. You know, Alex, when it comes to running gags, I feel like I'm borderline predictable.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that time decades. No, it can't be decades. We
Like,
can't go
no
on like
joke.
this. We can't
Look, I
live
feel it
in.
right because of the fact that, like, I still feel like Bender
Still,
was
suggesting
specifically
you kill
saying
yourself.
to me,
You
like,
shouldn't kill yourself
hey,
when
there's a
an
monkey
eternity
right
is
there.
right in front of you.
And I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do with that? All right, that's one down. Let's get out of here and try not to think about doing any more of
Goddamn
these
spiteful
god-awful
bastard. Are
puzzles.
you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Try to think
This-
happy
Why should it
thoughts.
matter if we die at this point?
Yeah, it
Haven't
wouldn't
you already
matter.
gotten what you want? I don't have to answer that. That's all we needed to hear.
I believe there is
Raise the
another
blade,
thing that we must
collapse to
do
the
at
floor,
Snow
everything
Peak.
goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Am I?
Yeah.
All I did was
See
kill
about that.
myself.
You're on a path in the woods. See? That wasn't so bad. And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things. Bit by bit, we're starting to unravel this place.
Hello there.
There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling.
We gotta race
Oh.
these guys.
You feeling okay?
The cold is back, but him and the skeptic are gonna have a good time talking together.
And I like that just fine. He's not wrong. Sentimentality won't help us here.
Okay, so since I know that that leads to here, I'm gonna go back and see what happens when I take her head with me.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin. Did you see that?
Hey, the world's still here.
Moved. She didn't. She's dead. But
I mean, I've run into
she's
the...
not.
You know, there's the fucking ghost princess.
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door,
Oh god, no,
ready to
no.
return to a world saved from certain doom.
Only
a world saved from certain doom.
Hey, oh, hey,
there we
oh,
go.
hey.
Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Ew. In hindsight, after the ghost stuff, I probably should have expected this. This. Oh, god fucking damn it.
This is the end of the world, isn't it?
It's
I always
the
thought at
end
least
of
having
the
to explain
world
myself
as we
rather
know
what
it.
should happen. It's
And
already
I feel fine.
over. Is he gone? But we're
Am
still
I gonna feed her head to
Maybe
the
it
hair?
wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Huh. So is it going to work if I feed her a piece?
She's gone. And is that a... He is. Does that mean the world ended? It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like? If there's even a her to find anymore. All right. She's gone. It's just... There's something dreadful up... You're right. Part of me wants... I'm begging you.
There's literally nothing else I can do at this point.
Literally nothing.
Oh yeah, there's no other options.
That sounds like...
That looks like
That
just
sounds
me.
like quitter talk.
I'm clearly not at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary light.
Okay, I only fed you the head. Where'd you get the rest of the body from?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent.
Alright, now we gotta race the waifu.
They're treating this like it's the first
And yes.
time around.
And yes, the waifu is surprisingly fast.
A person, a set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fiber. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself.
Yeah.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Jeez, she's already ahead of us.
The space we're in.
Yeah,
is
you could say that.
nothing comes. Nothing.
Come on!
There is no exit. Bring me more.
Yeah, it is treating this
And of
like
course
it's
she's...
the same perspective.
You ask.
Hold on a sec.
How can I know? I have no. She asks that I tell you won't.
You're on a path you're here to.
Am I just... What the fuck just happened?
She will love. Don't worry. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your That's because there isn't a mirror. There's definitely, but he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
Doesn't sound like an opportunist to me.
Come on now. He's pretty much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything? If there were a
Why are
mirror
you...
in this cabin and we were supposed to
The
look at
fuck
it,
is wrong with you, Mr. Opportunist?
exactly. Why would I lie about
Swear to
something so
God.
meaningless? What good would a mirror even do?
The waifu is harder than the
Fooling yourself
husbando
instead
in
of
this
doing what needs
instance.
to be done.
Giggity.
It's really... You reach forward. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone. No blade. Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the... The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Oh, thank God.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't.
No,
bite.
come on! Oh,
But you
damn
are.
it.
You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice.
I
as
commit
easily
suicide with
as
resolve.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems
I know, poorly,
friendly
well,
enough.
badly phrased. What do you want from
Can't.
me?
Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reason. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. Do you want to hear whatever? You need to
Let's
stop
do
lingering.
this.
Your task. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark.
She's a
room
furry
below.
this time.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's
Okay.
huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
See, I would have thought that the game was remembering between me loading, but I guess it's all one save file? I don't fucking know.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put
All right,
behind
got
us. Just
another
focus on
heart
the task
piece.
at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Yeah, but you're a cat and you got it last time. Oh.
This time we're going back to Castletown again.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice?
What?
You're such
I mean,
a
that didn't-
gracious
man.
little
It wasn't
bastard.
exactly my choice.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that. I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right.
All right, let's go talk to
I
Mr.
suppose I
Charity
could.
Man.
Team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it.
I'm planning on
Do you know
taking
what
it.
the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Finally.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains
Oh.
fall from her wrist.
Oh, so the innocent princess... Okay, so the innocent princess in the first one leads to the second form being able to slip out too.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Wait, how is she alive? I didn't expect to be back. So we try to keep her alive and she just kind of has to kill you. Is this a new run? Yeah, it was. So is that why I felt like I heard it before? Probably. This is about the Pikmin discussion. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the Pikmin discussion. I'm sorry.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Now, if I have a feeling,
She
I
never
have a
breaks
feeling
eye
the
contact,
narrator is going
even as
to
the two
lock
of
us
you
in
find
here.
yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else...
No, she has a fair point after what happened last time.
A sec.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time.
And yeah,
You're
that's my
talking a
thought
lot
exactly,
about
Hero.
trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the
I don't like how her
stairs,
crown is made
making
out
your
of
ascent
thorns
from the
this time.
basement.
Oh,
Princess
right, there is
follows
no
close
door.
on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter
I'm gonna
idea.
moonwalk
She can't
up the
sneak in and attack
stairs.
if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
I'm back.
What did you just say?
Welcome back.
I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing.
All
The
right.
princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches.
Well, looks like we gotta go to the Sacred Grove. Again.
Why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
Down
You
a
know what?
flight of stairs.
I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. If you considered not being like that.
Oh, that's a good one,
Of
hero.
course not. Keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done. Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you.
I'm already carrying the sacred power on my back, buddy.
And turn my back on you.
And now we have a golden cuckoo.
Your tricks are one of the only things I've known. And I've learned better by now.
Just go first. The princess leans close, her nose twitching as she sniffs your neck inquisitorially.
Ah!
What is she doing? I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie.
Let's try this again.
Your stink is the stink of a wretch, but not of a liar. If I have to go first, I'll go first. But I'll have you know my ears are sharp, and I've got eyes on the back of my head.
I hope you literally don't have eyes on the back. She's blushing.
Eyes on the back of her head? Does she really? No, we're fine. The princess pointedly turns her back on you and starts up the stairs. You follow close behind her, the two of you walking on tiptoes through the knotted roots of the basement stairs.
We're almost there. You better not try anything. I know you're thinking it.
She's a lion, isn't she? That looks like a
Us?
lion's tail.
No,
And
never.
lion
Just
nose.
keep your eyes peeled when you get out of the basement.
Ugh.
Drift. I don't follow.
There's a knife up
You'll
there.
know it when you see it. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and crosses over the threshold.
All right, we're back at the Sacred Grove.
But something catches her eye. Oh no.
So do you remember that bit with the Skull Kid earlier?
Uh-huh.
We got upstairs. That was the whole.
We gotta do it again.
Thing, and then you would have stabbed her in the back, and we would have been winners.
But this time, as a human.
I wonder if perhaps you're planning to bury this in my back. What an awful little scheme that would be. Too bad I got here first, and I don't even need it. Bye-bye, you loathsome little nuisance.
She slams the door on you. Its lock swiftly clicks into place.
There wasn't a door and there wasn't a lock.
I thought for sure she was just going to stab us.
Haha.
The princess
Yeah.
cackles from the other side
Me
of the
too.
door.
How does it feel to be locked away and forgotten by the world? Isn't it just awful?
I mean, I kinda don't care.
Hey, get back here, you fucker.
No, you're going to sit down there forever, languishing. As if I could ever trust you after everything you've done to me. And after what I've done to you, you can't trust me either. Neither of us is ever getting out of here. It's in our nature to be trapped. I do, but I just couldn't help myself. And
This
both
is...
know that you're already scheming about
Oh, yeah,
if
based
I
on that
open this
achievement I
door.
got earlier, that's the, this is the scorpion and the frog scenario, isn't it? Now, little
But
frog,
we're going
I
to
can
stay
swim.
Exactly as we are right now, for as long as either of us lives.
That's going to be forever as far as the narrator is concerned.
You tried it. It's locked. Why isn't he saying anything? I think he's gone.
What the fuck?
Oh, I didn't think I'd ever have to see you face to face again. Otherwise, I might have given you a little more courtesy at the top of the stairs. No hard feelings.
I guess
I'm
she's
sure.
getting hungry this time.
Why is everything going away? I feel cold.
Well, I hope you like the taste of pussy.
She's gone. And there's that. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever, you better watch your back. You can't.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Stupid sexy Flanders.
I can see a crow in the background.
I think you know what I am.
Oh, so the narrator has been an irritating bird all along. Jagged shards of broken glass.
Would you say that he is as irritating as a certain Kepora Gabora?
No, he is at least attempting to be helpful.
The narrator, yes.
Meanwhile,
It's
Gabora
his
is,
job, isn't it?
who's supposed to be Rauru,
An objective
who
voice
of the
to guide
Seven
your
Sages.
Yes.
You were never supposed to see me.
Uh,
I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction. To
I'm
fall
like,
this
you
far.
made me want to hate you even more, buddy.
Bro, you haven't been helping me.
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Yeah, the other voices in my head that counsel me and understand.
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Huh.
But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Okay, well, you know, hey, I at least appreciate, the changes.
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save. I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time. Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied... Perhaps
So we're finally bringing an end to this game, Skull Kid.
That would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them were right and which of them were wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact.
Weirdly enough, as human link, this guy is actually easier.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you wouldn't be talking this much shit if I had all my stuff, which I do.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or...
Ha!
Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself...
You already let me into this place.
To guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. Of course there won't be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion.
So what I'm probably gonna do is just reload the, game once I get past this point, where all of him is gone, and ask the other questions.
Are they perhaps pertaining to one's quest?
It's funny you should mention that, yes.
How did I guess?
It doesn't. As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore.
Okay. What the fuck?
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
I am... What? You are the long quiet. a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to... So the cabin... All of this has been me. This giant pile of hair has been me. That's very odd. Oh, hello. Very odd. I would have sworn I was a giant pile of feathers. Now she's a writhing pile of bodies.
And you can finally see me.
Okay.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
All right.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature.
Ever the passive player, yeah, she knows
When
this is
the
the
echo
game.
spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I am shaking the Wii remote. I wish to whip
Even
out my
as your
sword.
eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not.
Because what I must do here
Pitch black islands in the blinding
is strike
light
this
of the
pedestal.
infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
All right. What you type in there?
Message to somebody about Shovel Knight.
Oh, cool. Oh, great. Five
course
of
I
these
have a say in
guys,
all
huh?
this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the
on.
winding paths that brought us here wouldn't
Come
have
on.
been full of strife and conflict. My very nature is paradox, as is
Ah!
yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize
I have a warp
that which
point to
defies logic.
through the sacred grove. Now let's go through the door.
But
Because
if I
clearly,
have some passion
the game
that
wants me
dances
to be
the
back
depths
here
of
for a good
my
reason.
If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving.
Now what's with the
around each
sepia
other,
tone all of a
forever
sudden?
stuck in place.
Bum
We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves.
And now we're suddenly
You let me move, and I
And now we're
stop
suddenly in the
forever.
Temple of Time with the
Then
original
next
Temple of Time theme from Ocarina of
both of us
Time.
face our partner once again. The barbs twist deeper.
Now say that 5 times fast.
To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
You know, Alex, I could have sworn the Temple of Time was right in Hyrule Castle, Old Town, but What is it doing all the way in Farron Woods?
Good question. Maybe Farron Woods used to be Hyrule Castle Town.
Oh, hello. Old friends of ours.
And there's always time. Shiver passes through as unseen fingers dance across your skin. I remember the
So, remember how in Ocarina of Time where there was initially supposed to be a Temple of Light dungeon?
Oh, yeah.
I get the impression that this was supposed to be said dungeon.
And you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no...
'Cause yeah, Damon, I don't know if you know this, but Ocarina of Time initially had plans to have a light dungeon
Oh, that's interesting.
in conjunction with the other dungeons, but they didn't incorporate that.
Oh,
So Rauru just straight up gave you the light medallion without you doing anything to earn it.
that's true. Yes.
Now our quest inside of this temple is to find the companion piece to that other statue right in front of the boss door. I'm sure many of us can figure out what the gimmick behind this dungeon is. Like, usually when you light two lamps together, or a chest is supposed to appear, and lo and behold.
I know what I am, but I do not know what I am not. If a world...
I don't
That's gonna be
really
important.
have a lot of
Then how can you be so sure you
thought going into most of these choices I'm making here. I'm just kind of picking what I think is the best on sort of a off-the-cuff response, you know?
And for once, we didn't have to look for.
Another,
No.
and another. Do I miss your heart? Because
She
I
just
was
happened
waiting to see it
and to
go?
be where we needed her,
Aw.
which is good.
This meant nothing
Because
to
I was
you.
kind of getting sick of
You
looking
had
for
a
her.
desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. Then there's no need for you to fight with me. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
Let's try this.
If you need more
Got some
time,
arrows.
then
You
I
never have too
Oh,
many of
Is
those.
she gonna kill the game again?
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence.
Link.
And it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering...
It's time to cut some bushes
is
down. Link. Without your bomb bag on you, you'll surely frown.
Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
It's time to kill some bushes because you're the only one who can.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
what's in here?
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will dissolving rapidly.
Nothing is immutable.
What?
Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
Got the dungeon map.
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth. This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all.
Ah, so this
Weaving a
is...
tapestry of life wherever we
Yeah,
go.
the eternal struggle of, creation and destruction.
Got more BMOs to deal with.
What I offer you is
Ooh.
not perspective. It is truth.
You know, that's what the narrator always told us.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
I am all I am all I am.
So how badly do you want it to be October right about now, Alex?
After all the times you told me
Well,
that mirror
you know,
was
I
gonna
like
fail,
October, but at the
I'm
same
genuinely
time,
surprised you missed me.
I am,
Don't have to get into all that. I'm here now. That's what matters.
you know,
What
I'm
you know what
dreading.
I mean.
Oh, well, I'm dreading the onset of, endless Christmas music at the end of October.
She's too many things all at once out
You
here.
and me
If
both.
you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I can take you to where you want.
It's time to resume our
All I
dance.
want for Christmas
She's
is
really
a
into
shiny
this, isn't she?
thing.
Oh, I actually wasn't really thinking about that.
Then let's go.
Trust me. We were all thinking that song in some capacity. Hey,
Yep, but I've heard worse.
come on. Spiders.
Oh! Hello, pencil sketches.
And here
That's
we are.
adorable.
I'd say we were back where it all started, but I
Take
guess it's a
me
little
back
after that.
where I came from. Don't wanna see
Need me to describe
face
things?
no more.
Alrighty.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a
Yeah, I'll be right
table
back.
and a knife and a door. And some windows.
And I am back.
He has risen, baby girl.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade. It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's, you and him are like the only two companions we've had throughout all of this. Constant ones, anyways.
On another small key.
Hmm.
Fuck. This red rupee won't fit in our wallet, so we gotta leave it here.
I'm not sure what we'll
That
be able
sucks.
to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
We'll have to come back in here later.
My judgment has technically
Scared.
also gotten
Do you remember the first
all of
time
us
we were
killed
here?
a couple of times, but, you know.
First time we heard her voice.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
So, Alex, tell me something.
Yeah?
What type of aiming do you
And
think
there
is
you
easier?
are.
Would you say
Hands
A is easier?
empty. So you don't feel like
Or
recreating
for
the
a game
first
like
meeting detail
this?
for detail.
Third person or
I wonder what
first
else would be
person?
different.
First person.
Maybe there's still room for us to chat.
Now,
before
why
the
would you
final
say
curtain
that?
call.
I generally
say?
prefer the first person aiming in those games. Third person is good for active combat, but for precision. First
This
person.
is surprisingly... You'd be surprised how precise this can be.
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real.
Would you say Link is able to hold a good posture with this bow?
Let me take a look. Yes. That's pretty good.
Well, at least whoever was animating him in third person actually knew what they were doing.
Yeah, it reminds me of this, bow YouTuber
But I also feel like I'm a
watch
lot
sometimes.
more than I was then. We've
There's
been
an
through a lot
interesting
together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
there's an interesting
Right
thing
back at you. In a way, it
that
hasn't been that fun at all. But it feels like
that
it's been
somebody ended
forever
up
since I've
bringing
seen
up
you.
at one point
Thanks for coming back.
where in regards to a posture like that. Because remember you were talking about how Taskmaster was not able to hold a good posture with their bow?
Oh yeah, Taskmaster was fucking stupid.
The first time we met, I cut your throat open. If anyone should be apologizing for
What?
anything, it should be me. You're only trying to help.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like the
Oh,
scanning.
and this dungeon introduces us to the Dinolfos of this game.
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either. I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much.
Shifting Mound sounds oddly sexual.
But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you. I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and
Yeah, and
there's
these
no
guys have a
arguing
very
with her.
small window for finishing
But I guess that was the question out
finishing
there,
them off.
wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife
Like,
with
it's
you.
almost like, you
And
got to
like I
do
said
it almost
earlier, I don't really want
instantaneously.
to be her. I think I just want to be me.
See, that's what I've been trying to get us to all along.
I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other
So
than
you had
this.
guts in
We
you
wouldn't
all
even have enough
along.
to leave. What would that even mean?
They were right inside of you.
Hmm. I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. Walk to the cabin door just as we are, just me. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. Good idea. Doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is we're together. I like that one, I think.
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, it wouldn't feel right, but I'll be okay.
See, him going away is even worse than the narrator, because the narrator was a dick, but the hero voice was always trying to help us.
I don't think I'll be alone for long either. I'm sure I can find the others.
All right. Takes care of all those guys. Ugh. Can't fit in our
This is it.
goddamn
I
wallet.
have no idea what it's gonna be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you. I love you too. But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Aww. Tony Howard Arias and Abby Howard, Brendan Boone, Jonathan Sims. Oh yeah, the voices in your head were all Jonathan Sims. Nicole Goodnight was the princess.
Which one?
All of them.
All of
Brendan
them?
Boone, yes. All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
Good thing you aim as bad as you fight. You missed my vital organs. All of them?
Yeah. Yeah, all of them.
I love.
Thanks to all of our Patreon alpha testers. Let me see if there's any names here I can recognize. Oh, God, it went by too quickly.
I love how Team 4-Star ended up referencing that.
Here's the track order for a
meme.
special playlist just for
Yep.
you.
And he goes,
Rum.
that was
There we go.
hilarious.
Down another small key. Oh. Ow.
On the Discord, join the mailing list, follow us somewhere else. What is your other game? Let's see.
Righty.
Oh, it's on GOG.com. 24 bucks. Let me see. Art looks about... Art's, in color this time. Mostly. Pretty good. And it looks interesting, at least, although the characters are a bit Tumblr for my taste. Well, that's been a portion of Slay the Princess. See, there's a bunch of locked achievements here. I've got 25% of the achievements. See here. Our song, finish the game, good ending doesn't count. What is the good ending? There are no endings, only new beginnings. The illusion of choice. Water and Steel. They lived happily ever after. There's a bunch of stuff in this game. I am going to have to come back and play some more of this. Might do this on the weekends, actually. But yeah, this has been... I would actually heartily recommend this game. For as snide as I've been to this thing, that's just, you know, that's just me. You know, that's just me doing my thing. So, God fucking damn it! It is definitely worth the $17.99 I paid for it. If you pick it up for cheaper, feel free. Apparently there is a let's see here. The Pristine Cut is coming out next year sometime. That's about 35% more content.
Oh, by the way, Alex, I'm now about to fight one of the best mini bosses in this game.
Ooh, 3 brand new Chapter 3 routes that'll add more depth to the Damsel, the Prisoner, and the Spectre. And a new ending.
This charming fellow, Alex, as I'm sure you might have guessed, is this game's version of the Dark Nuts.
Okay. See, beginnings and endings, memories. We have... Huh. Certainly looks appealing. We've got a bunch of new content here that I haven't seen. The Hero and the Princess. New translations. Let's see here. The physical edition is coming out sometime next year, I think. Next episode of Scarlet Hollow is the thing that's coming after this. Oh, it's coming this fall. I picked a perfect time to start playing this. All right.
Oh, come on.
Hopefully you won't die, but if you do, you'll die a lot. Don't even think about
And-
trying to romance her. It won't end well for you. I'd say that ended pretty well for me.
And the Dark Nut has been bested.
Slay the Princess is a horror game not intended for children. Joke's on you, I played way worse than this when I was a kid. There were games
Oh, I don't doubt that.
There were games intended for children that were a lot more macabre than this. Oh my god. Some of the...
Here we get this Dungeons item, the Dominion Rod.
Oh, some of the bullshit that that they stuck into kids' games back in the day. Holy shit. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for the night, and I will see y'all later. Bye, everybody.